Trent's Tactics! Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We have some more mind-boggling, amazing tactics for you, thanks to our host, Lawrence Trent.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Arne. How is it going?
I'm energetic, I'm powerful, I'm looking forward to the weekend as everybody else probably, because there's a lot going on. It's nice, life is great, I'm happy. Hope
Good.
everybody feels like a little bit similar things like that. Now, last time we were talking about the great chess player Simajin. Who do we
Yes.
have on the list today?
So today we've got another very special player, another old legend of the game, the Grandmaster. Well, for sure he would have been awarded the Grandmaster title, Grigori Löwenfisch.
Löwenfisch. Sounds very
Or
German. You know what Löwenfisch means?
Lionfish.
Exactly, yeah. Is there a
Um,
lionfish in the world? I need
I,
to check now.
I
There
don't,
must be, right?
yeah, I mean, I
Yes, it's
guess there's,
this super poisonous, this super beautiful, super poisonous fish.
right,
I'll
there you go.
I'll probably post a photo of
You
him.
should definitely do it. And Levenfish, and so he's because Lev in Russian is lion as well. So if you
Ah,
so Leveronian is actually, there's some element of lion and
didn't know
in his
that.
name. Yeah, Lev means lion.
Huh.
And obviously they've translated it here, the German Löwen fish. Very, very strong player. Was born in the 19th century, was born in 1889. So really was born, died in 61.
Yeah.
So had a pretty long life for those times, over 70 years old. And he did very well in the 20s, in the 30s. He was twice Soviet champion, and he drew a match against Botvinnik, actually. And he was awarded the title of Grandmaster by FIDE, one of the first people in 1950.
Hmm.
He was already noted to be a great player early on, and he was kind of pushed aside by the Soviet authorities as they favored Botvinnik.
Ah.
So yeah, so they probably had limited funds and they decided to go with Botvinnik.
Mhm.
And well, he was an interesting character. He's got a couple of openings named after him as well.
Löwenfisch
For
variation.
example, yeah, against the dragon, that was his main one.
Mhm.
He was considered to be a very creative, imaginative player with a keen eye for brilliant moves. Definitely one of the OGs. Oh, one of the top guys in
Yeah.
chess history. And we're going to see now a few examples of his best
Nice.
tactics.
Now, funnily enough, we've already seen a couple of examples in our older episodes because he has been part of a lot of interesting games and tactics. By the way, if you're here the first time, underneath this video, you see a description of everything and all the games which you see on this side, which I cannot grab, but I'm trying, but it's not possible. But you can see all those games. You can download them as PGNs and put them in your tactics repertoire on the ChessBase news site where the article is, also below in the video. Yeah, so Löwenfisch has been in several different tactic studies already. I've seen his name so often. So
Right.
either he was the one making the final blow, or somebody did it against him. So I see it already, I think.
Okay, well, let's get stuck in. This is his game against Ganevsky, Tbilisi, 1937. What do you see, Arne?
I think I see that we will lose our rook and our bishop to win the queen.
Beautiful. Well done.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
That was correct.
So,
So next one. No.
all
So we give a check on f7.
right.
Uh,
So if rook takes bishop,
our queen goes to d8.
correct. The rook back is only move.
Then we give a check on g7.
And you've seen this hidden discovery And queen takes a5. Bravo.
Should be enough.
All right.
Yeah. Now, what happens though if the king just goes to h8?
Well, if it goes to h8, you've won a massive pawn, and the position is just technically winning for white.
It looks very good. I mean, I thought like the plan would be queen h5 and then
We've got to be careful about the rook. Your rook's hanging.
That is a good point. Maybe, yeah, maybe this is just the pawn which we will win, or the queen to d6, right?
Yeah, this looks like a logical move to me.
This
Queen
looks
c6.
actually really strong because it will more or less attack both rooks again after, yeah, some.
Well, he
moves.
can connect the rooks with a move like this, so the
Ouch.
game continues.
Yeah, true.
Right? But after a move like rook c1, you feel as though this is probably just winning for white.
It looks good.
E6, E7 is coming. You've got ideas like queen E7 targeting here and then retreating the bishop. So feels as though the black king is too weak to withstand this.
Sorry if I was too quick. I'm very lucky.
No,
with this,
it was very good.
If you want to check it out for yourself, always stop the video, right? Check for yourself.
Absolutely.
This is your training. This is what we do every Friday, and you're welcome to join the party. Oh, that looks a bit more intimidating.
Right. So this is Loewenfisch against Jakowlewitsch from Leningrad, 1934. White to play. Situation is quite clear. All right. Queen is on pre. So we have to work out what to do there. As always, what I want us to do is go through the correct process. So
yeah, so let's take a look. I mean, I'm seeing, I think I have a motive, but I cannot find the direct path yet. It requires a bit more calculation, maybe. So what we do first is, of course, we give checks, but I want to start with this motive first, with my idea of giving a check. There's so many pieces, I don't think it's working. But what about a g7 check with the rook?
Well, we might as well start with that. That's the only check that exists, so that's what we've got to start with, isn't it, really?
Yeah, the other two checks are just not worth looking at.
Well, but we give up the queen, yeah. Okay.
So there's 4 different pieces which can take back, which doesn't make things easier.
Well, we can go through them one by one and resolve them quite quickly. Okay, king takes.
Well, okay, king cannot take. That was
okay.
quick.
So that's quick. Knight takes is the same deal.
Yeah, true.
Right, so that's 2 of the 4 already done. So that cuts our workload.
That's good.
So let's now say rook takes.
All right, I think we can still take the bishop, of course, and yeah, but now we just take on e6. There's no checkmate threat. Oh, that's fantastic.
That's pretty much over. But after queen f8, finish it off for me.
Certainly. Well, isn't it just we take on g7 with the check, or is there a better way?
Much better way.
Oh yeah, true. It's rook e8.
Rook e8. Well done.
Nice. The queen goes away, cannot defend on g7, and we checkmate.
Nice. Okay. So that's 3. That's done in 1 minute, right? So bishop takes g7 is the only other one.
Yeah, now it gets interesting. So we will take on f5 with a check. I think that's the only way.
King e7.
Well, now we will just win a piece, won't we? Can't we just take on e6? Question is how? Maybe just like that, right?
With the rook looks very tempting because you win the queen at the very least, right? And actually, this is just the end of the game.
That's it, right? Woo!
That's it. A couple of easy ones to
I thought you were
start with.
Last week we started with like a real killer in the beginning with beautiful. It's like this. It's a famous example.
Let me just bring up.
I think we will win a queen here.
Let me just bring up. You want a real tough one, or you want a semi? Tell you what, we'll try this.
I'm warmed up.
This position on the border, is it the same one as before?
The same one as before.
Okay. 1 second. Let me get rid of that. What about now?
No, I think you're sharing.
Let me do it again.
Let's do it again.
1 second. All right. Here we go. Loewenfisch against Flamberg, 1912. Now, this is a variation from their game, and it is white to play. Now, on the...
Wow, what a game.
Yeah.
Insane. Huh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we have our stumper.
Our stumper, yes. So, I mean, let's look at the situation. Let's just do a quick sort of run through of what's going on, right? White has got 3 pieces for the queen.
Which is a cute situation, often enough.
Which is cute. But they're kind of all weirdly placed, right? So, but there's a certain thing that I notice in this position which draws me towards the moves, or draws me towards a certain way of approaching this position.
Yeah, I think I see it too. So,
okay.
Maybe you at home have seen it or spotted it also already. So normally we give checks, but here we can just cancel this out, because I very first in the very beginning, I thought like maybe we can get the rook somewhere on the H file, but it's impossible. So that's not an option.
Right.
And there would be a check on G6, but it just doesn't do anything.
Oh, so you wanted to do the knight G6, pawn takes, and then rook over mate.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not working. Also, it looks kind of a little bit like this, that check on G6, and then we get the other knight to E7. But also, this will just not work. There is no checkmate there. Now, the other thing, which is a funny and interesting checkmate pattern, is that at the moment the king is really crowded and stuffed in the corner. There's actually no spot or square the king can move to right now. So how do we get the knight on C6 to F7 to get the final blow? And I believe we will sacrifice our rook to do so. So what happens if we go to D5 with our bishop? Is my question.
Bishop to D5. Okay, this looks like a very natural move. Oh, wow. Okay, so you're saying that if rook takes rook,
then our knight takes on... Well, actually, we don't take. We go to D8 now.
Wow. Wow. But there's... Now, this is brilliant, Arne, for a start. So we're definitely onto something here.
Wow, it's not the solution? What the heck? I thought I had it.
So
that's crazy.
It's not the solution yet, because I think in this position, so the black queen can't just move anywhere. Knight F7 is the mate threat.
Yeah.
So queen takes D5.
We need to take with the pawn, of course.
You take with the pawn, and now it's still a mate threat. But let's just say, for example, I play the move H5.
And the mate threat is over.
Now there's never mate. It might still be okay for white, but is it winning? It might still be winning somehow.
I would probably now go to a different idea by taking the bishop and then moving the knight to E6. And
this looks very strong.
I think actually how to
stop... I can continue. I mean, I can be mildly annoying with this, but yeah, you're right. It shouldn't really hold.
Yeah, knight C6, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You're chasing me around here. It's annoying. This is definitely
yeah, interesting. Okay. How funny. I thought I had it. But yes, of course. Yeah, that's good to... I'm sacrificing too much.
No, well, it's not that. It's just not totally the end, right? It's kind of winning, but have we got... So we know we've got that in as an insurance policy.
Yes.
So what do we do when we've spotted an idea and we try and
find it in a different way,
different order, or try and mix it up? So
how about we give a check now first on A8 instead?
Okay.
And what would happen if our bishop goes to d5 now.
Okay. But this feels a little slow to me. I mean,
It
even if
does.
the queen just
It
shoots
does.
over to here or something.
That's annoying. Doesn't really work, yeah. Would still be very interesting, but probably not as... That's not as forcing as the variation before, yeah. I agree.
No, it's not. Okay, so we can bin that one. What is the overriding concept, especially from the first variation, that allowed us to execute what looks like a very nasty threat? There's one specific thing that we need.
I think we need to get the space on the last row, right?
Correct.
On the 8th row. So,
correct.
Okay. Yeah, so what about if we just take... Okay, now I understand, yeah. So this bishop move to d5 wasn't really that necessary because we can
Right,
get
exactly.
rid of this rook anyway. So how about we take on c5?
Okay, so we take on c5. So now you're saying that you don't care about rook takes rook.
Yeah, because now it's clear that is a win, right? The queen cannot go anywhere except taking on e4, but that is not enough.
Correct. So I can't do that. So d takes c5 is my only move.
Yeah, and what can we do? Is it now the interesting move rook a7?
Ooh. Arne Kaehler, you're on fire today. Rook a7. Look at that.
Beautiful.
That's a beauty.
Is it working? Yeah.
Well, it is working insofar as, you know.
I don't know.
I mean, you're trying. Well, the queen hasn't got anywhere to protect the rook.
Yeah, but what if the rook just takes the rook?
Okay.
So well, now the trick is, of course, knight to d8. But what about h5 now?
Yeah, I mean, you can go h5 now. But I guess the point is that this position is probably even more losing than the two knights.
No.
What?
Bishop g8.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
What a move. It doesn't quite work, but it's
No, it doesn't. Oh,
try.
no, because of
because I have g5, yeah.
Damn it.
It's a great try. I don't know if there is mate here.
I thought I felt
no,
like
there's something incredible
overlord.
here. Look, let's follow the checks. Check.
Okay.
Check.
Okay.
It is mate.
Oh my.
No, wait. This is mate.
It is mate, yeah. But if the knight king goes back, we
it's
give.
We block our own bishop. Yeah, it's not mate.
Oh my god, it's so close.
It's so close.
Infuriating almost.
That's so unlucky that bishop g8 didn't work. It's such a good try. Such a good try. Yeah, we just...
Yeah.
Saying that, he doesn't have a check available. So we do actually have a whole tempo here.
Yes.
That I can't. Like a move like bishop e6 or something like that would be... Like, let's say I played here. Is this ridiculous? I'm going off script here. I haven't looked at this.
Yes, fair enough. Well, now c6.
Okay, c6. But now I wanted to give check.
King goes.
And yeah, if I go bishop f5, you go g6.
Yeah, we just go g6.
Just doesn't work, yeah. I think the point is you just have to take the queen. And this position here is obviously awful for black.
It's also right. Yeah.
But you're right.
I liked the one before. Maybe we're missing something. Can you?
It's possible. I can put the engine on.
Yeah, let's take a quick look. I'm so curious. What a puzzle, though. What a beautiful puzzle. I love
so it does say
imbalances.
This.
Maybe I missed something with my line.
It likes bishop d5 here. How funny.
Oh.
It likes bishop d5 here. It thinks this is... Rook a7, it still gives us winning.
Yeah.
Knight d8. Yeah, and it just says that this is like +3 for white.
Okay, okay.
So your line
Maybe there was a mistake in my line. Let's say, yeah.
No, it's fine.
It's also fine. Wow.
Yeah. Queen d5, e5,
Oh,
h5
cool.
just gives it as +4. So they're
That's
both
so
basically
cool.
winning, but
Okay.
it's well done basically.
Thanks.
But there was something about this rook a7 move is very,
That
very
is
special.
sexy.
Yeah, it's a sexy move. Okay.
Okay, yeah, let's keep it up. Let's keep the fire living. Do you have it too? I'm asking the viewers that sometimes you're super on fire, other times you go like, I cannot see anything. I'm still trying. I'm really, really trying to research why this is happening and what this is about, because it's really curious. Last week we were checking out a position and I got it wrong, and then you played the position and then we put it back into the original position, and then I immediately saw it. So I'm asking myself, how is that possible sometimes? It's so funny. And it had nothing to do with the other variations, so there was no real clue from this other thing.
I see.
Anyway.
I see. Okay.
And
no, I understand. So sometimes you just need, you go back and you see something, and yeah.
Talking about see something. Okay, now pause the video if you want to search a little bit on your own.
Yes.
But you're of course free to follow my little amateur thoughts, which would be the first thought, taking on f8 with the queen, because it's a check.
Exactly. So we're going to follow the check. So this is Loewenfisch against Gotthilf. God help.
Lionfish against God help.
That's it. Lionfish against God help. From Leningrad 1924. And as you said, the first move you're looking at is the check. There is this check here.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty clear that a trade of pieces always helps black,
just
right?
Blocking, yeah. There's nothing that, So
let's try queen takes f8.
So yeah, of course, this has to be followed up by, after the king takes on f8, we have to take on f7.
All right.
So, and this is how far I thought. Now I have to help myself. I mean, looks quite straightforward. The king goes to g8, of course.
All right.
And isn't it just a check on e7? No, I would have given a check on e7.
Check on e7.
Actually,
okay, king h8.
Because I just want to include a couple of more pieces here.
Good. Excellent.
So, so the king can escape, which is not so cool.
This is true.
So what do we do clever? I see this fork on g6, which is nice. Doesn't help yet.
No, but that's kind of the wrong direction. There's a knight here as well, right? So that doesn't really help.
Okay, yeah.
But you have to follow through with the checks, right? Always. That's the point.
No. I mean g6, not c6.
G6. Sorry. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, but
possible.
Anyway, yeah, it's interesting actually. Well, there is it's interesting for a split second because our rook. Okay. No. I want to. This is actually, very, very curious. I see like a pattern. Now let's follow up the checks to get some more clues. So let's give a check on f8.
Okay.
And let's give a check, another one on g7 with f7. Sorry, with the second
the other rook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Now the king
here
escapes. So how do we do this best? How do we do this best? Moving the pawns is far too slow. There must be something tricky. Oh, there is another check, actually. It's on g8. Didn't see that.
Now, what's really interesting is that a few weeks ago, we had almost an identical, right?
Could be, yeah.
Almost an identical position where we had to play knight g8. So that's why also I chose this particular one.
Funny, yes. You're right.
Because...
And now this looks very good out of a sudden.
Exactly. Now you're forcing the king up the board.
Yeah, as soon as the king touches line
And in fact, we
number
might.
5.
I've got a weird feeling that we've actually even done this somehow. I've got a weird feeling.
I really don't remember this.
Okay, well, we'll carry on.
Because we didn't have a Löwenfisch or a Gotthilf.
No,
But
we
who
haven't had
knows? Who
Loewenfisch,
knows?
so, but who knows? Maybe it was from another thing, I don't know. Okay,
So
now
how
the
do we
king's on
finish
G5.
him?
Exactly.
How do we finish him? I would say also I would be more confident with my move order now if we would have had it, at least even if we would have had it 6-7 months ago. But I mean, does it happen that you have a tactical? It probably does, right? You have a tactical puzzle and then you solve it and you're like, oh damn it, I had this like 2 years ago. It's exactly this one. Why don't I remember that?
Yeah, I mean that sometimes happens. I mean, you've got a lot. We look at so many chess positions. We build up a database ourselves, right, in our mind. But sometimes something can slip through the net. Somehow this position is really
Familiar.
familiar to
And
me.
I think, okay, now I remember one move from this familiar position, and I think it was the quiet move King H2.
There you go. You're absolutely spot on.
Nice.
You have to defend the G3 pawn, and now everything comes together. So
it was really similar. It wasn't this one. It was really similar, though.
Okay, so let's try queen takes e2, pinning the bishop.
Yeah, now we can just give a check on h4.
Okay. And so let's say king to g4.
Yeah, but it's checkmate, right? It's on h6.
See, I think you committed almost the identical same mistake. Knight h6, king h5.
Gosh, what is wrong with me? Now I'm getting really confused. Okay, wait. Okay, not the king, not the knight on h6. Let me
Okay. So have a little think.
Yeah. How funny. So, okay, I'm thinking... Oh, that doesn't work. Okay. That doesn't work either. Whoopsie. What the...
Well, you've only looked at one check, right? So we can't move the bishop.
Yeah.
The knight only has one.
So there's okay, let's go for f4 check, just for the fun.
We've got to come back. Rook f4 check, king h5.
Okay, now there has to be something super clever, doesn't it? Is it simply... No, it's not. Come on. I mean, I could just take on e8 and win a piece, I guess, but...
Yeah, we don't want to...
No, it's not working.
So this is where a bit of... So what move in an ideal world would you like to play here?
Rook takes h7, checkmate.
No, but I mean one that's realistic. If you could play a move, what would it be?
Bishop to f3.
Bishop to f3 is one, for example.
Or g4. Okay.
Or g4.
So, yeah. So it is the king moving to h3, is it really?
Yeah,
that's
it really
so crazy. Is. Can I ask still, okay, this is one thing. Now, what happens, though, if the other rook, instead of the king move, goes to f7?
Also good. Also good.
But then also h6, right?
But then you just come behind.
Yeah, exactly.
No? And it's mate on the next move.
Yeah, this is not stoppable, is it? Well, yeah, the queen can give a check, but that's it.
That's it.
Cool.
Yeah, king h3 is very, very nice.
But king h3 is a bit more beautiful.
Yeah, this is a bit more pretty. Black played g5, but after g4 check, king g6.
Oh
h5 check.
Gosh,
you actually drive the king all the way back to the corner.
So funny.
And any knight move is good. I would probably put it.
It's a so-called knight checkmate.
Yes. Actually, I think the game went queen takes g4 and then rook takes
g4. That would make more sense, yeah. But it's still over nonetheless. How beautiful.
Yeah, but a relatively simple one, right? You give
Yeah.
up a queen for the rook, and then you have this barrage of checks, and the move that you had to find the key move
Yeah.
was king h2.
I
This
was
was the thing.
I was a bit too skeptical with my checks. I should have committed a bit better, I guess. Cool, cool. Do we have
All
one
right.
last one or?
Yeah, we do.
All
Hold on a
right.
second.
Fun, Löwenfisch. I like
Uh,
him. He
all
has
right,
fun puzzles.
I did actually have an even more cool one.
Okay, show us the even more cool one. Now we put this.
No,
we put this
one is good.
No, we put
This-
this one into the ChessBase news article too. You can solve it on your own if you want to. Sometimes we're missing one or two, and then it's always like a bit like, oh, it's a pity.
Okay, let me see if I can.
If it's really cooler.
Um,
Yeah, but
all right.
one you can solve on your own. I mean,
Okay.
why not? Oh, okay.
Loewenfisch against Freiman from Leningrad, 1925.
So many Leningrad
White to move.
games.
White to move.
Okay, let's
Yeah. So,
let's give a check on h6 and see what happens.
okay, so you want to give up the rook. Okay, takes,
Yeah.
takes.
So that's what's happening.
Looks like, I mean, obviously if we had a queen landing after, it would be difficult, but it looks as though we're a bit short.
Okay, fair enough. But
So I think we can give that up. So it's not a
collecting
check.
clues. It's not a check,
Right.
no. So maybe we can attack a piece somewhere, or hit a piece. No, we can't. How funny! Look at that. That's the only check, and it's the only piece we can take. Is that so? How weird is that? We have so many pieces. It's the only piece we can attack. Is the pawn on h6.
But maybe that's the only place we need to attack.
Maybe. Oh yeah, there's another piece, and I didn't see it. You saw it at home. I know. I'm sorry. So it's the bishop taking on h6, of course.
Yeah.
It's like
okay.
a variation of a Greek gift.
Well, not really. I mean, the Greek gift is like bishop takes pawn and then knight g5 and queen h5, right? That's really
true. Okay.
this is just a destructive sacrifice, right? Destroying the king's position. Okay, so pawn takes bishop. This is clearly the only move that black has.
Yeah. So, I mean, we could threaten a bit checkmate with the knight going to f5, probably.
Yeah, I mean, you could do that. I guess in the worst case scenario, black gives up the...
takes, and that's it, right?
Yeah, you've got to be a little bit careful here as white that you don't lose all your pieces. So
well, we give another check. We give another check then.
Okay, we follow the checks first always. It cuts down our time, right?
True.
Black has only got one move here. Bishop h7, this obviously loses, so you have to go into g7.
Okay, let's follow the check. I mean, there's two versions, but... that is actually super interesting. Okay. I thought that doesn't work, but what about a check on h7? Because our next threat after bishop takes, because it's the only move, is that we take back and we threaten another checkmate with the queen on g6.
Yep, that's certainly possible, but I can see at least two ways for black to at least momentarily defend.
f5 or...
Right, so the move f5 definitely exists. And once again, you're in danger of, if you start taking, I'm not going to hesitate in just giving back some material. And now after a move like knight d5, the queen is coming across and I'm putting up a defense, clearly.
Yeah, let's not do that.
So that also, but okay, you followed the checks, you've done the right thing.
Okay, there's another check though, which is on g6, but doesn't look good.
But this check
King just leaves.
King f7,
there's no real follow-up.
No, I don't think so. Tricky.
Good. So now we have to get our queen to g6. What about the funky move bishop h7?
Wow. So you want to play... So if I take its mate...
Yeah, but that is...
If I take its mate...
But there's another f5 is working
F5
again. Right?
probably works. Also, I've got little cheeky little ideas like maybe rook g5 might work. Bishop f7 might work.
Oh, there's so much.
Because even if you go here, check, maybe I can do this, king h8. But after queen h6, at least my rook is protected. Is this mate? Maybe not. Even a move like, like rook f7. Is this mate? Check, king g8 doesn't look like mate to me.
Goodness.
So black has got a bunch of defensive resources, but what I can say, Arne, is you're definitely onto something.
Yeah, so let's just attack the queen instead with the bishop,
well
right?
done.
Yeah.
Yes. Look at this beautiful diversion.
Very crazy, yeah.
Yeah, you attack the queen, and the queen is too far out, you're threatening mate, and that's it.
That's beautiful.
There's nothing. I mean, black can take the rook and you take the queen, but this position is, objectively speaking, just losing for black.
That
I mean,
should be quite good.
You've got a queen for a rook and bishop, and it's black's king is still open. You've got a bunch of pawns. Well, it's totally over. And that was what happened. So Loewenfisch took on h6, took again, and found this lovely.
Have to look more into
clearance.
His games. It's very.
Oh no,
very
he's
nice.
got some amazing games. He's got some unbelievable games. Absolutely.
Excellent. Lawrence, let's jump right
Yes.
into some training section. Last week, we only failed due to a mouse slip.
We did,
It
yes.
still hurts. But
Oh my goodness,
we
that
are
actually
just-
really hurt,
we're
by the
just
way.
1 point below 2560, so that's fine. Or
That really
2550.
hurt. I just want you to know I'm still bothered by that.
Good.
So today the idea is to get to 2575.
75. My goodness. All right. Okay, let's just
It's kicking off with a 2360, which is interesting. It doesn't normally do that.
No, it doesn't
That
normally
being
do that.
said, I think the solution
Is difficult.
no.
It's very difficult actually.
Yeah, but I think I found it, so I don't think it's that difficult.
Wow.
White to play and win, Arne.
Pardon, what?
White to play and win.
Yeah. Oh wow, is it queen b7? Queen takes b7.
Okay, knight take.
Knight c6 check. But then the queen takes, and then they take our rook. Ah!
Exactly.
Oh, come on.
But don't give up there. So
okay.
when the queen takes, if we take the queen, he takes our rook. But can we do something in the
We can give a
meantime?
check before, right?
Yes, we give a very important position shot.
And then the king goes up, and then we take the queen, and then they take it back. And it is probably better for white, right?
Right, winning. We're in exchange up with, 3 extra pawns. It's easily winning.
An exchange up? Or did I miscalculate right now?
Yeah, we're in exchange up. You miscalculated.
Are you sure?
No, or a rook up, sorry. We're a rook up.
Bomb.
No, we're in exchange up. I'm going insane. We're in exchange up.
Bomb.
What's wrong?
I don't know.
Look, it's correct. Look.
It is correct,
takes.
right? Yeah.
Of course it is. Check. Right,
oh!
It's all right. Don't panic.
Is this all right? Now it's a check with the bishop or what? Yeah, right?
Yeah, well, yeah. It's mate in 2. Bishop f5 and bishop takes. Beautiful checkmate.
Well, that was a big step ahead. Very nice. 2565.
The point is that after queen takes knight, you have this very important position shot.
Yes. Okay,
right?
You're right.
As
you're
you
right,
said.
You're right.
If this.
Yeah.
With this check here, there's no good way to block.
For some reason, I thought the queen was also defended, but that's not the case. Nice.
Easy win.
Ooh,
all right.
Good start. Oh, okay, it doesn't get easier. Very good. So here I mean, this, I see it in 3 seconds, but maybe I'm wrong. So let's see.
Okay.
If we take on e1, the queen has to take back. We give it check on f3 with the knight. The pawn has to take, otherwise we win a queen.
Yeah.
Then we give a check on g5 with our rook. The king
H1.
goes, but it can also go to f1.
All right, let's say h1.
On h1, we would just go to... How do we do that? And there's a mate threat on e8. Almost.
I was ready to do you. I was ready to say, well done, Arne, brilliant, mate.
Okay, I see it now. So it's first the knight check on f3.
Okay. And if pawn takes?
We give a check on g8. In the worst case, we just... Oh, wait, and now the king goes to f1, but then our...
Yeah,
so if the king would have gone to h1, we just take on h2 with our queen. But
what happens the king goes to f1?
King goes to f1. Check. Boom. Check. Boom. So is it actually that we're changing? No, we cannot. We have to give the check there. Check. Boom. Check. And then he escapes. Oh! Lawrence, what's happening here? Why can't I find it?
Well, I mean, it's not you know,
no, it isn't.
Totally straightforward. It's beautiful.
Oh, I'm taking the other rook, of course. I'm taking the g5 rook to give the check. No, it's not working because then the king can go to h1 again. Oh, gosh. But wait, there's more. Oh, my goodness.
It's very rich.
This is mind-breaking. What is going on here? Okay, wait. Check, takes. Check, goes there. Check, goes there. No, that's not working. We cannot let the king escape. Well, what about check and then also not working? Lawrence, can you please solve it? I don't...
I'd say, well, we'll do a hint for you.
No, wait. Did you solve it?
Yes.
But then we don't need a hint. If you solved it, then go for it, because I cannot find
it. Which move do you think is the first move? I'm curious what you think is the first move.
It has to be knight f3 check, no? Isn't it?
Of course it is. Oh,
well, that was easy, luckily. But So
G takes f3.
Yes.
Right.
And now.
Right.
Now I'm lost.
Now you're lost. So you've analyzed all the checks here. You've got 3 checks.
Yes. Well, the queen check doesn't help.
Queen check definitely doesn't help. So we can eradicate that. So you've got rook g5.
Now I have
rook
2
g8.
problems. Yeah, we have rook g8 check.
Okay.
And the king goes to f1.
F1. Yeah, because here you correctly saw this nice checkmate. No?
So the king goes to f1. And for some reason, I am lost now.
I wonder, this still might be winning this particular position, but it's not by much. Right? Well, shit, sorry. Hopefully you didn't see that.
No, I didn't actually.
Okay. So this is where you find, so what took me 30 seconds to work out was, I wanted to give check this way.
Yes.
Okay.
But then the
point
king goes
being,
to h1.
This is mate. The king goes to h1. Now, of course, what I want to set up is some kind of thing that we saw before.
Now I see it though.
Go on.
So it's queen f2, right?
No, I don't think it is because
And then rook e2.
there's a rook e8. No, so
Oh
this is too
no,
dangerous.
my
You give up this.
goodness.
And here I have a feeling that you're going to blow this somewhere. Like I have a feeling like there's so you're only threatening mate on g2 here. So even the move rook b2 might exist, actually, and you're toast.
Yeah.
So what I had to find in this position was a way to set up that mate and not get mated myself effectively.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I cannot find it.
Well, it's a quiet move, but it's a very nice move. It's the move rook e to g8.
Yeah, that I thought about too. So what about... Oh gosh, it's really working. How annoying is that? Well... Rook e8 check. Queen.
Yeah, I mean, you can do this, but this is you're an exchange up here. You don't any attack, right? And you're basically just threatening queen takes pawn, rook h5, and there's nothing to do here as white. There's just no...
Yeah. That is true. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm so
Nice.
annoyed about this one.
No, it wasn't the
find
easiest.
it.
Okay, this is super easy. Takes and bishop e5.
Yeah, let's
Just
go for it.
Bit of geometry.
Bit of geometry.
This one here feels like one we've already done before, but this is also incredibly easy. I'm going to do it.
Is it? Wait.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay,
There's
all
checks.
right, okay.
There's checks.
Yeah,
So, I mean, you're thinking about queen takes e4, right?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not.
Queen e4 is a huge blunder.
c6, you mean?
Yeah, queen c6, threatening mate.
Now, what about the check on
d1?
We just move the king. And there's no other check because the queen cannot go here. What about queen d5?
Queen takes e7 check.
Queen takes e7 check. That's king a8.
Queen c8.
Oh, beautiful. All right. Wow.
Pretty sure it's correct.
I lost it.
Yeah. So this is
I lost my mojo.
The key thing. And what Arne was saying is, what if black gives a check? Of course, now you don't take. You need the rook to be able to take on c7. And we have exactly the same deal.
Beautiful. Okay, right. Good.
All right, this position here actually reminds me of a game I just played in Corsica.
Oh.
No joke. So we're a rook down here, but yeah, I kind of have a feeling of what the move is. Pretty sure about it.
It feels so much like rook e8, right? But
no, actually, that's not the move I have. Believe it or not.
Ooh. Okay. And rook d8 any better?
No.
Also
no.
not.
No.
c3?
No.
Okay, now I'm just guessing. Now it's
now you're just throwing moves out.
Yeah,
there.
That's true. That's not how it's supposed to be. So checks don't help. I can threaten the rook on h1 with queen e4.
Now that's the move that I'm thinking about. Because after queen e4, if he castles...
Castles?
Yeah, well, I mean, he has to...
Oh my gosh. Didn't even think of that. I thought like he just moves the rook to f1.
Yes.
So what happens if he castles, though?
Yeah, well, what happens exactly?
Bishop d4 check. Mate. Well, we win a piece back. We're a rook down, so that's annoying.
Yeah, so bishop d4 check. He has to block with the rook. Rook f2.
Yeah.
And
Then we go queen f5.
No.
Boom. 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 Oh, we just take on e2.
Thank you. We take on e2 and then
Oh.
have a winning ending in the worst case scenario.
Now what would happen if the rook goes to f1 though?
Right. So if the rook goes to f1, that's the question. That's the big question. Do we have something there?
Yes. Bishop
What?
c3 check.
But then queen takes c3.
And we take on b1 check.
King f2.
And then... So it's not enough, you say? Oops.
I don't think so. But I think that after queen e4, rook f1, the simple rook e8, I think, is crushing.
Rook e8. It's so slow.
Not really. Okay, let's...
So, well, it is true. It is true. It is really crushing because the threat is too big of c3 check, right?
Exactly. Bishop c3 check is a threat. So if he goes rook b2...
Rook b2?
Yes.
We just... Uh-huh. C3?
But then rook c2.
Oh. And... Oh, Rook b2 is annoying. Boom, boom, boom.
Possibly.
Boom. No, it's easy. We take the rook on b2 with the bishop.
Queen takes.
Then we go c3.
Queen b5.
Queen b5? Are you? Well, then we go c2.
That probably wins. That probably wins somehow. But that's what I'm going with. I think that's correct. I could be wrong on this one. I'm not 100%, but I'm going with that.
Okay. All right.
Ready for it?
Okay, queen e4, right? Oh, well, that makes things hopefully a bit easier. Yeah, okay. Oh, wow. Whew. I'm always happy
so
when we
rook
don't have to go
f1. Let's
through.
just put the engine on here.
Yeah.
I'd like to actually c3 immediately, which is very interesting. Let's try rook e8. Still thinks it's winning. +4 for black.
Okay,
rook
that's
b2
good.
takes c3, queen b5. Now just a6.
That is
the move.
so easy. Yes. a6 is great.
But note how queen e4 I saw immediately. I didn't even look at rook e8 or rook e8 first. It was queen e4.
Yeah, this
That
was
was
my
the first move.
absolute first intuition, but I threw it away immediately after that. After rook f1, unfortunately. Okay, we're at 2569. Maybe we can get 2570 at least. That would be cool. I mean, oh, well, master level. Oh gosh, it's an endgame study.
Okay.
Very interesting.
We'll finish on this one.
So wait, why don't we just... What speaks against taking on... Oh, because we're white.
We're white going up the board.
We are white. That speaks against it. So what happens if we play f7? I don't think they can take because we... Oh, yes, they can.
Yeah, they can take. That's the point.
So we have to get our... Oh, is it knight f7?
King takes f6.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god. What is happening? Those pawns are so annoying. My goodness. I can't tell you how annoying they are.
I think I've got it. Pretty sure I have it, actually.
Is it knight e4?
Yes.
How cool is that?
It's king e6, knight g5 check. king takes e4, f7, and there's no way to hide from the checks.
Knight a4.
If he goes rook a3, f7, the same. I think it's knight e4. Let's go for it. That's it.
2,574. I think that is fantastic. Oh,
Brilliant.
that was such a cool session.
That was a very cool session.
Everybody, thank you so much for joining. We see each other soon enough. You have to travel a bit. Hope we can do it next week. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.